Hello everyone, I'm Ian Nicholas, joined by Jack Hagen and the rest of the NCTV crew live from the new Canaan High School Gym, a Monday night in mid-February where we should have a good game, Jack. The new Canaan Rams, 7-9 against their arch rival, 9-7 Darien Blue Wave. And Jack, I'm just going to kick it to you here. Obviously, this is a big rivalry game. These two teams, they want to beat each other. And New Canaan did beat Darien earlier on in the year. But if New Canaan wins tonight, they clinch a second straight appearance in the Class 2 state tournament. So how big is this game for them, especially that there's some added value to the rivalry?
Ian, everyone knows Darien and New Canaan is a rivalry as old as time. And, with a game like this, records don't really matter. The team across from you is going to go as hard as they can for all 40 minutes of this game.
And it's also a big night for the Rams because it is senior night, and a few minutes ago the Rams honored their 6 seniors, including guard Katie Dunn, senior captain guard Rihanna Afshar, senior Carney McKiernan, Captain Lasecki, Jane Charlton, and Liz DiMarino. That's a lot that head coach John Winchester is losing next season. And really, it's his first group of seniors that he's run through the program, as this is his 3rd year there. And for a lot of them, it's their 3rd year with the varsity team.
You know, Ian, just talking with Coach Winchester, all the girls have a really special relationship with him. It doesn't matter what grade. So I think he's going to get some great players and great relationships coming up through the ranks.
And already 7-9 this season for the Rams. Might not seem like a great record, but they only went 7-14 last year, which shows 4 last games. The Rams have already matched their regular season record from last year. 7-9 in the FCAC, 5-8 in the FCAC, my bad. 7-9 overall. And this is obviously a big game because even though New Canaan's probably not going to make FCACs as 13th out of 17 teams, obviously, if they could beat Darien twice in 1 year, it would be a huge accomplishment, and we're about 23 seconds away from the national anthem and the tip-off of this one.
You know, Ian, just talking about the records in the states and the playoffs, the state, this might be a state qualifier for the girls, depending on how they do tonight. So not only is it huge for a cross-town rival, but it's huge for the standings in the state playoffs.
And in the Rams' final 3 games after this one, they only play 1 team with a losing record. So this game is big if they want to qualify for the state tournament. They play 2 tough games after this one, up against Bassick, which is a 10-win team, and Norwalk to end their year at home is an 11-win team. Their only, I guess, easy game on the schedule is West Hill. Let's head to the starting lineups.
Number 2, Aaron Bowman. Number 10, Gwen Dolce. Number 11, Kelly Richter. Number 12, Lindsay DeMonica. And number 32, Lexi Winkowski. Head coach of the Wave is Elmer Chambers. And now here's the starting lineup for the New Canaan Rams. Number 2, Katie Dunn. Number 35, Liz DiMarino. Number 22, Catherine Lasecki. Number 14, Carney McKiernan. And number 5,
So we are about to be ready for the tip-off here in the New Canaan Rams, rocking with a little bit of a bigger lineup tonight. Carney McKiernan, Jane Charlton, and Liz DiMarino are all starting for the Rams. Usually Charlton always starts and they alternate DiMarino and Carney McKiernan among the starters. But actually tonight they're going to have Jane Charlton come off the bench. That's a bit of a shocker.
You know, Ian, she's known to have some foul trouble in the past. It might be a move from Coach Winchester in order to rest her and get her, allow her to come in more aggressively in the end of the game and towards the end of the first quarter.
In their win last Thursday up against Brian McMahon, Charlton had a team-high 9 points. So obviously they want her on the floor as much as possible as Darien in the blue uniforms wins the tip-off. It's Lindsay Dominicus, and she loses the ball to Rihanna Afshar. Afshar getting the early steal for the captain. Gets it done on both ends for the Rams. She also had 8 points in their win, tied for second on the team, and their Brian McMahon on Thursday. Wasecki driving, kicking to Katie Dunn, and Dunn is going to draw the foul on the sophomore center, Aaron Bowman. She'll head to the line for 2.
Ian, that's huge so early into the game in order to dribble drive, get a foul on one of the better players for Darien, Aaron Bowman.
And Katie Dunn, one of the Rams' better players, usually off the bench, but tonight she's going to start alongside Canaan High and Rihanna Afshar. She brings a lot to the table in the Greenwich game we cut her earlier this year. You said it was one of her better games of the career. Shot really well from the line, and she got it done from beyond the arc as well.
And don't get it twisted, Ian. It might be senior night. I think she really did earn this start.
She drills 1 of 2 shots from the line, and the Rams take. New Canaan beat Darien earlier on in the year on the road. But tonight, will the Blue Wave respond? Here they are. Kelly Richter with the ball here in the post, getting it to Dominicus, and she's going to hit the deck after a foul from New Canaan.
Dominicus went down hard, but she's going to get 2 on the line.
That's going to be on number 14, senior captain Carney McKiernan, her first of the game.
Excuse me, on the floor.
And you're exactly right. So they will set up inbound. And they do get it in to Bowman. And Bowman is picked up by Captain Lisecki. She was just trapped, had nowhere to go there, Jack.
That's 2 early steals.
Afshar with it again. Gets it to Dunn. And right back to Rihanna Afshar. Afshar drives by Bowman. Darien slowing it down and slowing it down a little too much as Kelly Richter is going to turn it over, the senior guard.
Ian, that's 3 turnovers on 3 straight possessions. Really not what you're looking for if you're Darien's offense.
3 number here for Darien early on. They look a little bit flustered. Putting up the float. It's Captain Lisecki. She can't get it to go. Rebound from Dominicus. Here's Richter. Working Dolce. Moving the ball around here. Good fake. Attempt and a good putback. Aaron Bowman with the bucket for Darien.
Oh, full court trap from Darien. A foul, though, on Rihanna Afshar draws it.
That's going to be on Gwen Dolce, the senior 5'7" wing, her first of the night. Darien's second team foul. And that bucket from Bowman was the first field goal from either team for the first 2 minutes.
Ian, I'm not too surprised we're seeing aggressive defense from both teams, but maybe a little too aggressive. Already early fouls on both sides.
Darien's rocking a full court press here as the ball's still in New Canaan possession. Carney McKiernan to inbound. Looking for the pass. Finally floats it up to Katie Dunn.
And another foul, Ian.
And since it's senior night, the Rams are rolling with the all-senior lineup. We see Quinn McKiernan, the junior wing, start alongside her. But tonight, she'll start off the bench. She's one of the Rams' most explosive scorers.
She's a great shooter, and Ian, as this game goes on, look to see a couple from beyond the arc from her.
She had 8 points and hit a 3 in their win against McMahon. Losing skid for the Rams. Their second win against the Senators this year. 48-23 victory on the road. Here's Katie Dunn getting it to Afshar as the Rams continue to move it around the perimeter. Here's Afshar again. She'll drive to her right. Katie Dunn goes baseline. Gets it down low to Afshar. Nearly losing it, they reset. A long possession here for New Canaan will end in a Darien steal from Aaron Bowman. Liz DiMarino couldn't control it.
Ian, we had a lot of passing on that drive, which was nice to set up the offense, just they really couldn't get anything going. Solid defense from Darien.
Pass is deflected by Dawn and stolen off the ground by Carney McKiernan. She's fighting for it. Everyone's fighting for it as they both hit the deck. McKiernan and Alexi Wachowski, that is, for Darien. And in the end, Carney McKiernan wins the battle and gets the ball for New Canaan.
Yep, and the possession arrow will stay for New Canaan off the jump ball.
Here's Katie. New Canaan still down 1. 3 combined points for both teams for the first 3. Lisecki's looking for the pass. She jabs a bit too much, and she's called for the travel. A rookie mistake by the senior starter.
And she picked up her pivot foot just from that aggressive defense from Darien and caused another turnover.
It's a least. Just 1 field goal between these two teams. And that was a putback bucket. Well, jumper from Bowman. It's money from right outside the free throw line.
Yeah, right from the elbow. Bowman with a nice jump shot.
The 6-foot center. Stretch range. Catching herself. Here's Kelly Rick it up for Darien as Jane Charlton looks to check in for New Canaan in a moment.
Ian, we saw the first couple possessions. Darien and New Canaan. We saw New Canaan putting a 4-goal trap.
Afshar with the steal. They will trap here. Lisecki drives baseline, puts it up, and she will get fouled. Aaron Bowman committing the crime there. She didn't get fouled, but it looks like her head coach, Melba Chambers, even knew that she got fouled on that one.
You know, and it looks like they might be making a early change for Bowman. That's her second foul already.
And the 4th team foul already on Darien. Looking to check in is the Darien Blue Waves' biggest player, Hassana Abubakar at 6'2", the senior center. We'll check in as Captain Lisecki misses her first free throw. Liz DiMarino checks out. Jane Charlton checks in for the Rams.
It's almost a mirror switch. Some of the best players for both teams, Abubakar and Jane Charlton, come in at the same time.
Rebound there off the pair of misses from Nicholas. The swat from Carney McKiernan nearly ended a New Canaan steal. They've been very active defensively, but they couldn't get it there. Here's Abubakar in a post, getting it back out to Richter. Widowowski with it, and they're just swinging it around the arc now. Deflection from Carney McKiernan. Jane Charlton fought for it, but the senior star couldn't grab it before it rolled out of bounds. Jane Charlton, one of the best athletes at New Canaan High School, the Rams' leading scorer for this girls' basketball team, and she'll head to Duke next year to play lacrosse.
You know, Ian, she's just a great all-around athlete and perhaps maybe an All-American in lacrosse this year.
We'll see. Abubakar in the post. She gets doubled instantly. Richter with it. Getting it down low. Good ball movement, but not a good shot from Abubakar. Darien gets the second chance off the double, but New Canaan gets down low and gets the ball back. Just over 3 minutes left in the first quarter. New Canaan, no field goals made. And they trail 3 in this defensive slugfest, to put it bluntly. Coach Winchester is looking for something to happen, but Afshar can't get it done. Gets the screen from Carney. Good. Jane Charlton with the rebound. And kicking it out to Katie Dunn. Wide open, Lisecki for 3, and it's so close to rattle. It's going to head the other way, despite another good effort to keep the ball in bounds from Canaan.
And
Jane Charlton.
Ian, early on here, we're seeing a battle between Abubakar and Jane Charlton. you know, just in these last two possessions, one offense, one defense for each team, we've seen the ball go into the star player's hands for both teams early.
And the junior will look to check in for New Canaan when she has a chance next. Dead ball, high pass, picked off by Katie Dunn. Falls right into her hands. Lindsay Dominicus couldn't control it. Rihanna Afshar with a solid shot fake. Gets it down to Charlton. Charlton putting it up. Can't put it in. Off the post fadeaway.
You know, and it just seems like these shots that are so close to going in are just rimming out the last second. Really heartbreaking early for this New Canaan team.
Deflected by Rihanna Afshar. An easy break bucket that she gets on the all play from Junior.
Field goal for New Canaan. Momentum shift.
Another steal. They just keep coming for NC. This time it's Katie Dunn yet again. Sending it to Lasecki. Driving down low. A push on Darien as Jane Charlton at the floor. Thanks to the Darien foul. That's already their 5th team foul on the game. With just a minute 49 left in the first quarter. That's going to be on Kelly Richter, her first of the game. Quinn McKiernan will check in for Captain Lasecki. As Rihanna Afshar inbound for Rams. Katie Dunn, corner 3, in, nothing but net.
Wow, beautiful shot from Katie Dunn right on that corner.
Rams take their first lead since being up 1-0 early in this game. Getting it down now to Abu Bakar, and they'll tie it back up at 6 points apiece. Great bucket from the senior.
And a turnover on the trap. New Canaan couldn't get it to their trap down low in the corner there.
The trap wasn't working early in the game, Jack, but finally it's for Dan.
Just looks like both teams are kind of pushing it a little too much on their own side of the court.
Well, one got a rivalry game, the pressure's on, and they're going to do anything they want to get this win.
Exactly.
Quinn McKiernan gets the steal to help Katie Dunn. McKiernan getting it to Afshar on the break. Head open is Dunn again, this time a deep 2 from the other corner. Back-to-back buckets for number 2. She's got 5 of the 6 points.
Dunn gets hot, look out.
It seems like, and I don't say it's circumstance, but whenever you're commentating games, Jack, with me, she's having great games.
You know what? Hopefully all the girls are having great games.
We're going to get a second look at that corner 3 ball from Katie Dunn. She's got the Rams 8 points. I'm sorry, not 5 of the 6. She extends their total to 8 on the night as New Canaan takes a 2-point lead.
And here's the replay right here. Katie Dunn from the corner. Beautiful swish. Nothing but net.
And the Rams do have players capable of shooting the ball. Rihanna Afshar shot it a little bit last year. Quinn McKiernan had some great games last year from beyond the arc. And Katie Dunn. Megan Driscoll, we'll see her come off the bench soon. She's in the game now. The Rams haven't been their 3-point shooting team that they were last year. And they can find that shot consistently, Jack. They can be a deadly team.
Exactly. And the problem has been that it just hasn't been the Rams this year. And hopefully with a big rivalry game such as this one, they can turn it around.
Just under a minute left to go. And Darien moving it around the perimeter. Looking to get something going. Here's Demonicus. Your wing. Demonicus is fouled. That's the Rams' second team foul of the quarter. And it's personal, so they won't head to the line. That one's going to be on Katie Dunn. On the floor, her first of the game. And Maggie Ramsey, the 5'10" sophomore, and then Darien's call for the foul.
That's a great play by Jane Charlton. A hustle and effort to grab that rebound strong and then take the foul.
And head coach John Winchester's happy about that one, talking to his younger players right now and probably telling them about the lessons that he saw in that play and that foul that they got to account for in the future. McKiernan pivoting. And laying it in to Katie Dunn before resetting. Afshar pulls up for the jumper, no good, a bit strong. Ball is out of bounds and heading the other way for the Darien Blue Wave. Checking in for Darien will be freshman Jillian Vaught. With just 17 seconds left in the first quarter, Darien is probably going to hold for the last shot. There is no shot clock in Connecticut, and there wouldn't be a shot clock with just 17 seconds left. They look to end the quarter strong. Vaught nearly loses it.
Oh.
Charlton gets it. Looking to go all the way and beat the buzzer. Afshar will.
She just got it off, Ian.
New Canaan red hot to end the quarter. They were down early, but now they're up 10-6. We are going to take a quick break, and NCTV and the rest of our crew will be right back with the action of New Canaan versus Darien in the second quarter. And we're back. We are just a few moments away from the second quarter of the New Canaan Rams girls varsity team basketball playing the Darien Blue Wave. Jack, you wanted to touch on the momentum that New Canaan found late in the first quarter and took the 4-point lead.
Yeah, in just about the 4-minute mark of the first quarter, we saw a big shift in momentum for New Canaan. I think that all started from the defensive zone. A lot of steals, a lot of turnovers committed by Darien, and really fast break buckets and easy points coming off for New Canaan.
Natalie Plosker, a freshman star guard who started for the Rams earlier in the year, has checked into the game for the Rams. Going more small here, Darien moves the ball around with Jane Charlton being their lone big, really with 4 guards, and McKiernan, Afshar, Driscoll, and Plosker. Driscoll keeps it in bounds. Good rebound from the sophomore and getting it to her senior captain.
Ian, that 2-3 zone of New Canaan is looking to give the Blue Wave some problems.
Natalie Plosker is a confident shooter, but with a defender right in her face, she couldn't get it to go. That's going to be a jump ball called, and it's going to stay in New Canaan possession. As Afshar trots over to inbound it. She had a great end of the quarter. I believe she finished with 4 of the Rams' 10 points, and Katie Dunn also had 5 points for the Rams as well. Afshar gets it to Plosker. Plosker nearly loses it, and she will. Vaught with the steal.
She went right into the teeth of that Darien defense with Abu Bakr in the middle.
Kelly Richter, who's now sporting a band on her right elbow, probably because of a cut, gets it down low. A miss from Darien. And a reset here from Maggie Ramsey and crew. 3 ball is up. 3 ball is no good from Kelly Richter. But another Darien offensive board. Maggie Ramsey for 3, and she banks it in for the Blue Waves' first triple of the night. Bringing it back to a 1-point game here in New Canaan High School.
And Ian, off the bench, that's a big energy-making play for this Darien offense.
Definitely what they needed to start the quarter off right. Quinn McKiernan nearly loses it. Excellent effort from Jane Charlton. She's been hustling all night, but she can't keep it in bounds for the Rams.
Ian, it just looked like she got tripped up on her own feet as she was trying to throw the ball back in bounds. She just fell out of bounds on that one.
And Charlton, who's led the team in scoring for most of this year and on their win Thursday, started the game off the bench, a bit of a surprise, but she's playing with her usual energy in this one. Megan Driscoll, really good steal, and then they're going to call a push on Hassana Abubakar. And wouldn't you believe it, we're just 10 minutes into this game, and Darien's already in the 1-1.
Yeah, Ian, New Canaan's already in the 1-1, and I think that's because of maybe frustration or that the offense isn't going the way they want it for Darien.
So Darien already has 7 team fouls as Megan Driscoll splashes home the first free throw. And big news for fans of New Canaan boys basketball squad. The 8-7 boys team is currently crushing the Darien Blue Wave on the road 28-10 at halftime. And a much needed win for them if they want to make the FCAC tournament. Abakar nearly loses it. And 6:06 left in the second quarter. Rams still up 2 after a 4-point lead at the end of a quarter. Rough pass leads to a wide open Rihanna Afshar lay-in attempt. 6 points for the speedy point guard in this one.
4 of her points already are from fast breaks into layups. That's really good if you want to get yourself started.
Quinn McKiernan nearly stole it, batting it down for a moment. But Darien resets. Here's Vaught working on Driscoll. Puts up the floater from the baseline. Can't get it to go. Afshar with the board. But Vaught pokes it loose and gets it back for Darien. The freshman turned it over and then made up for her mistake and got it right back for the Blue Wave. And that's going to be a foul. It's going to be a travel. I'm sorry. Lindsay DeMonicus. She got a little bit too much momentum.
Yeah, a little ahead of herself. She came down that court with a head of steam.
Like a breakaway train, only she couldn't get it down when she needed to near the bucket. Plosker getting it in the corner. McKiernan puts up the floater and puts it in. Quinn McKiernan, the junior, of her first bucket of the game. New Canaan with its biggest lead of the night at 6, up 15-9. Kelly Richter gets it to Maggie Ramsey. And back to Richter, who I believe hasn't checked out of his game so far for the Blue Wave. Richter with Plosker in her face. Shot fake and kicking it back out to Maggie Ramsey. Richter wide open for 3 and she sinks it. Darien's second triple of the game coming from the senior.
Ian, it's only a 3-point game now. We're getting close in these final couple minutes of the first half.
4:25 remaining. Megan Driscoll with a defender in her face. Can't get the 3 to go. It's too strong. New Canaan gets the second chance on the offensive rebound. Afshar puts it up and in on the lay-in. And head coach John Winchester, even with the momentum and a 5-point lead, is going to call a timeout, his first of the game.
Yeah, Ian, I'm not sure what he was seeing or what he's trying to implement here, but maybe some substitution changes or implementing to these girls how he wants to attack the Darien defense further. They've had some success driving in on Darien and, you know, getting some nice mid-range buckets and even some layups.
And speaking of Darien, tonight the broadcast between NCTV and DAF Media is a collaborative broadcast between our student television program here at New Canaan High School. We're streaming the game here, and we're also streaming the New Canaan versus Darien boys game on the road on both of our channels, NCTV and DAF Media. So we want to thank Damian, Andrew, and the rest of the DAF crew for all the work they're doing, as well as Bruce Ferguson at DAF Media for how they've worked with us. You know, these two teams, they want to beat each other in this game, but we just want to make ourselves better with the television production.
Exactly, and we also want to thank all our Darien viewers for coming in and spending this game with us.
Here's Kelly Richter right off her 3-point make a moment ago. That Rihanna Afshar responded to well with the bucket. Afshar's already got 8 for New Canaan. Darien putting up the hook shot, but Lindsay DeMonicus can't get it to go. But Hassana Abubakar can.
Has actually grabbed her own rebound after Charlton fumbled with it a little, and a nice effort and hustle play to get her own board and to get 2 points.
New Canaan sloppy on that possession, turns it over, and Kelly Richter will walk it up as they trail by 3. Richter getting it to Ramsey. Down low to Vaught. Shot fake, shot denied by Jane Charlton.
Rejected by Charlton, and we got a fast break the other way.
Megan Driscoll goes up with it, can't get it to go. Natalie Plosker fighting for the board, but Maggie Ramsey, the 5'10" forward, corrals it. Just over 3 minutes left in the quarter. Ramsey pressured by Driscoll as Katie Dunn will check in a moment. Fighting through contact, can't get it to go, and both number 24s, Hassana Abakar and Megan Driscoll, hit the deck. It's going to stay in Darien possession now. It's a foul on New Canaan. That one's going to be on Captain Olseki, her first foul and the 3rd team foul.
And we're going to get a change here. We got Liz DiMarino and Katie Dunn coming in for Jane Charlton and Megan Driscoll.
Rams rolling with 4 seniors and 1 freshman.
And Ian, that lone freshman is Natalie Plosker, who was actually playing in the JV game earlier.
And the Rams have played a couple of exciting games early today. The freshman New Canaan girls team won in a double overtime game earlier tonight. Meanwhile, the JV team got an epic win, including a buzzer-beating half-court shot at the half, and they got a really big win. And then obviously they're looking to get their third of a clean sweep of Darien, but Darien is really right in it. Free throw is missed there from Lindsay DeMonicus. Quentin McKiernan will check out. Her sister will check her in, Carney McKiernan, as well as Rihanna Afshar is right back in the game.
And Ian, our JV boys team also won a thriller in the closing seconds against Darien.
Good point. Junior forward Steven Panzano drilled the shot, and I started going crazy up here, and the girls' JV bench looked at me like I was nuts. Which
Don't worry, Ian.
always a debatable topic.
We all were,
right?
Ian.
It was an epic shot. Really good game, really good day for New Canaan basketball right now, but that's not good right there. Kelly Richter off the erratic pass gets the steal for Darien. Here's Jillian Vaught. The freshman's played a lot for Darien since coming off the bench. She's handled a lot of the load offensively. Richter gets it in the corner. Deep two is nowhere close. It might have been deflected, but it doesn't matter. Asana Arbubakar might have came off the bench, but she's playing a star.
And that's one of those passes, or excuse me, one of those shots where you're like, oh, that was a pass. You know,
Yeah,
it worked out
assist.
perfectly. Worked out perfectly for Darien there.
Arbubakar got the rebound, but lost it as she hit the floor. And then Carney McKiernan put up a shot and missed for New Canaan, the senior captain. It's a tied game at 17 points apiece late in the second quarter.
And Ian, Darien is on a 5-0 run these last couple of minutes.
New Canaan was up 4 at the end of a quarter. Darien was able to make it close. Kelly Richter's fouled on the shot there. She'll head to the line for 2. But then Darien then trailed 5, 17-12. And as you mentioned, they have all the momentum right now, really for the first time tonight. Or really since the first time since the middle of that first quarter.
Exactly, Ian. We have number 11, Kelly Richter, taking 2 foul shots on the line.
And this is a big game for both teams. Obviously, if the Rams win, New Canaan will go to the playoffs, the state playoffs for the second straight year. And for Darien, they might not have a great shot at making the FCX as they're currently the 11th best team out of 17, with 13 of those teams, including New Canaan, still up for an FCX spot. They're behind Fairfield Ludlow, who have an identical FCAC record, but they lost to Ludlow in their last game, 51-31. So a big game for both teams. Lisecki lets it go from 3, but she's had a rough game to start. She misses that triple, and the Rams reset, getting the rebound. Lisecki is trapped. Finally finding Liz DiMarino. Afshar, floater, no good. But Carney McKiernan gets the rebound, and it's a kick ball on Darien.
You know, Carney there was trapped on the baseline. She smartly threw it off the leg of a Darien defender. Really nice play by the senior.
Afshar looking to inbound. Gets it to Katie Dunn, who's got 5 points. And it's going to head the other way. They say it was last out on Dunn, forced out by Kelly Richter.
Good defensive play by Richter. Pokes the ball away, goes off Dunn, and Darien ball.
Just under a minute left in the first half. Darien 5-0 run. Vaught was open for a moment from the three-point line before Lisecki got her. Darien is trapped.
Scramble on the floor and comes up with Darien's ball.
Captain Lisecki nearly got the steal, but as one of her teammates, she was on the ground, she lost it. Lisecki's on the ground again with the ball.
A lot of action in that little, 5-10 second span of basketball.
When you come to play the New Canaan girls team, you can expect a lot of physical play really quickly.
And especially in a rivalry game, Ian. For all our viewers, I don't think you could ask for any more than what we're seeing right now. A good, tightly contested game with a lot of effort from both sides.
Yeah, both teams are playing clean, playing driven. And that's another foul on Darien, so New Canaan still in the 1-1. This time it will be Captain Lisecki who heads to the line. Lisecki's scoreless so far in this game, even though she's had a pretty good year scoring-wise. Lisecki was one of the 5 New Canaan players who had 6 points or more in their win against McMahon. She had 6 and shot 1 of 2 from the line, making 2 field goals. Just 19 seconds left in the half.
Ian, that trip to the free throw line was really crucial for Catherine. She could have, knocked down one or two to maybe get her into the game, get her, flown a little bit.
But instead, she missed it, and it's a 1-and-1, so she can get another shot to make up for it.
Wow, just down on the court, there was a little dispute of whose ball it was, and the referees changed the call over to New Canaan ball.
Overruled. Refs have the best views, so obviously they're going to know what's happening down there. New Canaan is up after the half. Katie Dunn a little too strong on the corner three, and the clock is stopped with 2.8 seconds left. So Darien has a chance for somewhat of a desperation heave.
No, Ian, I think the official made a little bit of a mistake on his signaling. He meant to call New Canaan's ball, but he called it the opposite way. So New Canaan, 2 seconds left.
So correction, New Canaan gets a little bit of a shot here. Quinn McKiernan puts it up, puts it in.
Wow, beautiful shot from Quinn McKiernan. That's a big shot for momentum for this New Canaan squad going into the half.
2 quarters, 2 buzzer beaters to end it. It was Rihanna Afshar, I believe, at the end of the first quarter.
Yes, it was.
On the fast break lay-in. They were up 4 at the end of the first. They're only up 2 at the half, but as you mentioned, Jack, it's all about momentum. Even though they gave up a 5-0 run, New Canaan with a 2-point lead thanks to that bucket from Quinn McKiernan, her second field goal of the game. Now, before we send it to the half, what was your biggest takeaway from both sides, and how do you think it's going to play out in the second half in this rivalry game, Jack?
And I think one word that goes well for both of these teams at the half is resilience. We've seen both teams down on multiple occasions in this game, and they're each fighting back each time, keeping it close and within striking distance. That a couple possessions here or there can make the difference in this game so far.
So, for the rest of the NCTV crew in this joint broadcast between NCTV and DAF Media, thank you, Jack Hagen, for being alongside me. I am Ian Nicholas, and we will be back in the second half. New Canaan up 2. Hello, everyone. I'm Ian Nicholas, joined by Jack Hagen and the rest of the NCTV crew in this joint broadcast between NCTV 78 and DAF Media for the New Canaan girls basketball game up against the Darien Blue Wave. New Canaan made a buzzer beater from junior Quinn McKiernan to end the first half, and they have a 2-point lead, 19-17, because of it. Jack, tell us the storyline of the first half and what you're excited to see in the second.
Well, Ian, there's just been scoring all around. Some great action both offensively and defensively for teams. It's been a very competitive game overall. I'm looking to see more of the same in the second half, and it really might come down to the wire on who's going to win this.
Definitely. Jane Charlton in the game for New Canaan. On senior night, the Rams have 5 seniors on the floor. Here's the Blue Wave, working it on the perimeter. Their star big, Erin Bowman, got in some foul trouble early, but she's back in the game here, number 2. Putting up the floater, but can't bank it in, is Kelly Richter. Second chance bucket for Bowman is also a miss. Darien might get a third chance at it. Both teams scrapping at it, and the ref calls a jump ball, and will keep it in Darien possession.
Before the tie-up, another rebound from the center, Jane Charlton for New Canaan. That has got to be at least 6 or 7 for her already.
And that's a miss on the jump shot. Back-to-back misses from Erin Bowman, the sophomore center. Not what you want to see there, but she had a good start to this one. They need her to play well in the second half. Here's Quinn McKiernan, who's got a pair of buckets in this one. And Rihanna Afshar leads the team in scoring with 8. A lot of it coming off the fast break. Captain Lasecki runs into a wall that is Lindsay DeMonicus and then gets it to Rihanna Afshar, who nearly loses it before Carney McKiernan saves it. A long possession here for New Canaan. Driving baseline and putting up the floater and putting it in is Quinn McKiernan, who has scored each of the last 2 buckets in this game.
And Quinn McKiernan has had 3 identical shots, all beautiful floaters from mid-range.
Here's Gwen Dolce and Kelly Richter. Here's Dolce, and she's denied by Carney McKiernan. Charlton working it up to Afshar, and Afshar with a tough shot there. She couldn't get it to fall over Erin Bowman, and it's going to head the other way.
She was a little high off the glass, and then when she came back to try to get her own rebound, she stepped out of bounds. So it'll be Darien ball.
And now it's New Canaan ball. Rihanna Afshar gets the steal, and Jane Charlton puts it in. Quinn McKiernan puts it in with the right hand. 3 straight buckets for the junior.
Oh, just as you say, Jane Charlton, Ian, a steal from Jane Charlton.
Predictor of the future over here. Rihanna Afshar misses a bunny close to the basket, and then Afshar accidentally falls out of bounds, and maybe not, it wasn't by accident because she forces a jump ball. And New Canaan's going to be awarded possession.
The Darien coach, Melba Chambers, is not happy about that call at all. Could have gone either way, foul or jump ball, and it went for, the Rams' benefit there, Ian.
And also injured on that play is junior Lexi Wachowski. Looks like she might have got hit above one of her eyes, so that's going to sting a little bit. Jane Charlton puts it up, misses, and nearly putting it in off the top of the backboard is Carney McKiernan. Quinn McKiernan for 3, and she is red hot.
Quinn McKiernan has come alive these last couple minutes of play, Ian.
9 straight points for the junior. Already more points in this game than she got all last game. And putting it in on the other end is Erin Bowman for Darien on the lay-in off the glass. New Canaan, though, still with a 7-point lead, as they got off to a 9-0 run, led all by Quinn McKiernan to start the quarter. Ball movement is good from NC. They've done a good job of moving the ball around the perimeter game. McKiernan drives baseline, puts it up, and on that signature baseline floater, she puts it in. 11 straight points for number 21. Jane Charlton, a magnet for the ball with the steal. Everything New Canaan right now, as McKiernan dumps it off to Rihanna Afshar.
Oh, McKiernan's going to drop it down low.
Captain Lasecki never saw it coming. and she turns it over.
McKiernan has been on fire these past couple minutes, Ian, just putting this Rams team 28-19.
Moving at fast break speed, Quinn McKiernan and Jane on the offensive end, and on the defensive end, and head coach Melva Chambers is going to call a timeout as the life has been lost a little bit with this Darien team who's been hanging in it all game along with New Canaan.
I think their problem right now, Ian, is they're just moving too fast for themselves. They have to get the ball, slow it down, not worrying about pushing it up to the offensive zone too quickly, because that's where they're getting their turnovers. Sloppy passes and overall just not thinking through the play. If they want to turn it around here, I think they're just going to have to bring it up, use their point guards, and slow the game down.
Well, they definitely need to slow it down. That much is clear. And they need to slow Kiernan down, and right now they don't have a defender one-on-one who's been able to match up with her off the dribble or keep up with her in the perimeter, as she's scored 9 points in this quarter, 11 straight points, and 13 overall in this one.
And Ian, I think the reason she's having so much success is that she's getting in the seam of this Darien 2-3 zone, and just, you know, right before that other defender slides to her, she's just hitting a beautiful runner, little teardrop, dropping it in for 2.
Can't set up a zone on a fast break, and the Rams have been moving in transition a lot thanks to big plays defensively, especially from senior captain Jane Charlton. Darien moving it around, getting it low. Hook shot's no good. Second effort is also no good from Bowman. And Rihanna Afshar ripped the ball away from Demonicus before Bowman gets it right back for Darien. Demonicus goes up with it, and Quinn McKiernan's frustrated with that foul. But Demonicus will head to the line for 2.
And that's McKiernan's first foul of the game.
And the first foul from either team in the first half. As Coach Winchester, in his 3rd year here at New Canaan High School, talking with Captain Lasecki and Rihanna Afshar, as Lindsay Demonicus, the 5'8" senior, is at the line.
And Ian, so far to start this second half, our predictions were correct. More high-paced play, more energy from both teams, and just overall great play in this game. For both sides, really.
And a steal. Speaking of paced play, but they can't turn it into a bucket. Afshar topples down with the ball as Kelly Richter falls on top of her from Darien. And they're going to give Darien a possession as Coach Winchester was looking for a foul on Richter.
She went down hard. It was almost like a tackle, Ian.
Oh, we're going to bring up football on every broadcast now. Let's stick to the hardwood.
There's disagreement right now about
among
whose
the
ball
coaches
it is.
Too.
Both coaches and officiating to get included. They don't know what's going on. Lead officials heading to Bill Brown at the scores table to figure out what's going on.
Bill Brown, our PA announcer and lead statistician, and they've cleared it up. It is Darien ball. Gwen Dolce, the senior, 7, wing to inbound. 3 from Richter, looking for the foul. They won't get it as she's fully contested. She puts up another one from 3, and after making an early 3, she missed 2 there.
Yeah, she airballed that one in.
Lasecki drives. Ball is shot out to the ground, and it will stay in New Canaan possession as it's off a Darien defender. New Canaan up 8 points, just 1 at the half, but we're up by as much as 5 in the first half.
You know, Ian, that last possession was really Darien's first, where they got to slow the ball down, work it to their offense, and get up a nice, possession to start to try to turn this momentum around.
Rihanna Afshar was open in the corner for 3, but could not get it to go. With just over 3 minutes, 30 seconds left in the quarter. Pull up 3 from Darien, clanks out, but a good shot from Gwen Dolce. As Liz DiMarino and Megan Driscoll, the senior and sophomore combination, look to check in for the Rams in a moment. Afshar getting it to the red-hot Quinn McKiernan, who scored 9 points this quarter. All 9 of New Canaan's points have come from Quinn McKiernan. She looked to make it 12 there, but could not connect on her second triple half.
That was a heat check right there, Ian. She just couldn't get it to go.
Richter getting it down low, can't get it to go. Second effort, she draws the foul.
And we're getting word from all people around that we're having some technical difficulties. We apologize for these technical difficulties. We're doing our best to sort them out. And hopefully we should get it up and running at our usual standard soon.
And at the end of a third quarter from Darien High School, the New Canaan boys double the score of Darien High School pretty much, as New Canaan leads by 25, 52-27, as they look like they'll most likely get a much-needed win after 4 straight losses and improve to 9-7 on the year. Meanwhile, the Rams look to qualify for the tournament for the second time in 2 years, but they need to beat Darien to clinch it. Katie Dunn missed as there's some traffic down low.
They had a 4-1 fast break. They couldn't capitalize from defense from Bowman in the middle, just making a big presence and forcing the missed shot.
Megan Driscoll airmails that 3, just too strong from and good sophomore shooter, who had 8 points in their loss to McMahon. And a stoppage in play here. Looks like Darien's going to get called for some kind of foul.
A technical. I'm not sure who it's on. Could it be the coach? I think it might be on Coach Melba Chambers.
And I think you're right. I think Katie Dunn is going to head to the line for some free technical shots.
She's been in the game, and he finally had enough awards for the technical, and that'll be a shot and possession for New Canaan.
It might be on Chambers. It might also be on sophomore Maggie Ramsey, who went right over to Coach Chambers after that one and talked that one out.
Yeah, it wasn't really clear from the officiating. I'm not really sure who it's on.
Dunn misses the first free throw off the technical. Drills the second for the senior. New Canaan lead up to 7. 29-22 with 2:21 left in the third quarter. In the Pièce de Résistance, New Canaan gets the ball back as well. Rihanna Afshar getting it to Katie Dunn, who jabs a little bit.
Ian, I like that. Pièce de Résistance. You take French, Ian?
I don't. But you know what? That's the one word I know. And then there's we. But let's get back, not to we, but the players on the floor. Rihanna Afshar misses from the paint, gets her own miss, and misses again. She's been quiet in the third quarter after a big first half, which her lead the team in scoring, but I jinx her there as the ball finds her as Darien just loses it running in transition.
You know, Ian, where she's been lacking a little bit in the second half in the scoring department, she's picked up for it in her defensive steals.
It's going to be a jump ball as Jane Charlton fought for that one over a couple Darien defenders. Still New Canaan ball. Megan Driscoll, number 24 of a sophomore shooter to inbound.
It's going to be inbounded from underneath the basket.
Coach Winchester pointed that one out a little bit. And a stoppage of play because of the tying of the shoe of Kelly Richter. Safety's priority.
There you go, Ian. It always is.
Inbounding it to Katie Dunn. Hesitating. Getting it to Driscoll. Now to Afshar. Pull-up jumper, which she doesn't shoot many. She doesn't shoot many of, and Rihanna Afshar misses.
That's another miss for Afshar. I think she's last 4 or 5.
Richter with the ball here. Darien continues to swing. Vicious bounce pass, but not a good shot there for Aaron Bowman. Jane Charlton trying to put it in on the bounce pass to Rihanna Afshar. It will stay in New Canaan possession.
She tried to thread the needle there just a little bit strong. They weren't really on the same page, and it goes out of bounds. But wait, I think New Canaan is getting possession on this. It must have gone off of a Darien defender on the pass. Maybe that's why it went so errant.
Afshar. Bounce pass from Charlton to Driscoll.
AI crossover up top.
Bounce passes galore. Charlton jabbing for her life. And finally, they call a jump ball. It's going to head the other way for Darien.
She was blanketed by 2 Darien defenders, just couldn't move the ball to an open teammate, and Darien ball going the other way.
Darien has scored just 5 points, all 7. They need a bucket here. Good shot fake. Gwen Dolce, but it doesn't really lead to a whole lot for Darien. Getting it down low, Katie Dunn gets it. Falling to the ground, but keeping possession. The Darien bench looking for a travel call. Get it. 27 seconds and counting.
Maggie Rams floated a lollipop pass into the and McCannon took it away right there.
Darien likely set up for their last shot. Putting it up, not putting it in, is Lindsay DeMonicus. 6 seconds. Megan getting it to Rihanna Afshar. On the line, deep 2. In the first 2 quarters, we saw buzzer beaters from both Afshar and Quinn McKiernan. We did not see a second one there from Rihanna Afshar. The New Canaan Rams lead by 7 in a game that could get them a guaranteed into the tournament. 29 New Canaan, 22 Darien. Ian Nicholas, joined by Jack Hagen and the rest of the NCTV crew. We'll take a quick break and get you to the start of the 4th quarter in just a few moments. Stay tuned. Ian Nicholas, joined by Jack Hagen and the rest of the NCTV crew. Broadcast between NCTV 78 and DF Media. We are back from the Canaan High School Gym. The Rams are up 29-22 over the Blue Wave. The Rams in white looking to win their 2nd game on the year over their arch rival. Here's Katie Dunn, trapped in the corner for New Canaan, and they're going to call her out of bounds, so it's Darien basketball.
A really quick turnover there from New Canaan, not what you want to start off the 4th quarter in a big game where possession and momentum is key.
Richter drives, kicks it to Dolce, Megan Driscoll on her. She drives left, bit of a euro down low, can't get it to go, and finally drawing some kind of offensive move. Aaron Bowman put it up a couple times before finally fouled. Katie Dunn draws her 2nd foul on the night.
And the center, Aaron Bowman, is back on the line. Oh, a little jump shot there. That's retro, but it works.
Not a lane violation.
Nope.
So she sinks it.
It works. That's 1.
Liz DiMarino checks out, and junior Quinn McKiernan checks in. McKiernan has a team-high 13 points for New Canaan, 9 of them coming in the 3rd quarter alone. She had each of New Canaan's first 9 points to start the quarter. A big reason why they have a 6-point lead right now.
But Ian, that lead is slowly shrinking. Not a lot of offensive production late in the 3rd quarter from our Lady Rams.
Charlton, good move, good finish down for number 33, Captain, getting it to go. Rams back up by 8. DeMonicus here with it, getting it to Dolce. That pass was intended for Bowman. Instead, DeMonicus picked it off and drew a foul on New Canaan. It's going to be a push on Jane Charlton. That's her 2nd of the game. A big thing for New Canaan is they've stayed out of foul trouble for most of this game. They only have 4 team fouls here in the quarter, and no player is really in foul trouble.
And Ian, I think that pays homage to Coach Winchester's, goes in for Darien, pays homage to Coach Winchester of keeping Jane out of the game a little earlier, pick up some fouls early in the game, and it's really down the stretch.
Rihanna Afshar puts up a floater and another tough shot for the senior star. Having one of her better games of the year right now. She's up to double digits scoring-wise. Doing all of her work mostly on pull-up shots. Quinn McKiernan nearly getting the steal, and it ends up being an NC steal. Jane Charlton gets it. No-look bounce pass from Rihanna Afshar to Rihanna Afshar from Jane Charlton. She misses. Megan Driscoll, 3. She misses. Third time's a charm, and Quinn McKiernan can't get it to go. That's 3 misses on that possession for New Canaan.
But hey, that's 3 offensive rebounds there, Ian. The shots may not be falling, but they're dominating the glass as of late.
Dolce looked to bank it in from beyond the arc. She couldn't. Bowman looked to put it in off the put back. And both these teams are a bit dry on the offensive end right now. Charlton down low. Swinging it around. Quinn McKiernan's trapped. He loses it. Richter steal. Up with it through contact. And the senior 5'8" guard gets it to go. Head coach John Winchester with a smart move to call a timeout here. Still a 6-point lead.
The offense here is really struggling for New Canaan. I don't know what's happening, but I think the better defense from Darien and the fact that we're getting less fast break opportunities for New Canaan is really struggling and hurting their offense because we've seen earlier in the game the fast breaks lead the points, and right now we're having none of them in. And here we see on your screens, people at home, we're going to see a couple replays here. We have Kelly Richter for Darien off a steal. Nice, beautiful right-handed layup for 2. And that cuts the lead down to 33-27.
And I try to get a little bit of Coach Winchester's speech there. He says, we're getting the rebounds. We got to get the rebounds. We have a lead. We're winning. He's passionate when he coaches, Jack, and I know you worked a little bit with him in the when you were a bit younger. Tell us about your experience with him and the passion he brings to the game as a one college basketball player.
Yeah, I think about 4th or 3rd grade, I was back in Stanford, and John Winchester was coaching, helping out the youth programs in Stanford, and he stopped by, clinic for the kids, and showed us a thing or two. And I think his nickname back in the day when he used to ball was Butters, because his shot was clean. That's what I was told all those years ago. I don't know if it's 100% correct, but that's what I remember.
Can the Rams get some of those shots that Winchester made back in the day here, because their offense surely needs it to maintain the lead. Megan Driscoll gets fouled by Gwen Dolce of Darien.
And Ian, at that timeout break, I heard Coach Chambers for Darien. She said one shot changes it all, one shot. So we'll see if Darien can hit that one shot that makes the bench erupt and causes that momentum to further swing in their direction.
These games remind me a lot of that Greenwich game. Greenwich was kind of hanging in it a lot of the game, made that second half comeback, made a couple of big threes, and they only lost by 4. Can Darien hit those big shots? Afshar, another floater. The teardrop shot doesn't fall as Richter works it up. She had the last Darien hit a while ago. That ball is out of bounds and still in Darien possession. And Erin Bowman knew that as she let it fall out of bounds. With 4:45 left to go, the New Canaan Rams can clinch a playoff berth in the state tournament for the 2nd straight year with the win. Darien had a golden opportunity there, but Lindsay DeMonikis could not get it to go off the really good inbound pass and a good cut from her. Rihanna Afshar, open, shot, can't bank it in.
She's taken the last couple shots for this New Canaan squad and really not had possessions or good shot opportunities. I think she might be forcing it a little on senior night.
And that is going to be still Darien basketball, no backcourt violation. It looked like DeMonikis was shoved when she tried to pass it, and the refs gave her the benefit of the doubt. Erin Bowman gets fouled for Darien. She's been a force down low tonight. Really the only consistent factor on offense for Darien. She's been fouled a lot. The Rams are a smaller team, and they've been forced to send her to the line.
And there, Ian, Katie Dunn picks up another foul and 2 more shots for Darien.
These are 2 critical free throws with 4:08 left in the 4th quarter, and Bowman just misses the first. For 6-foot sophomore who's played a lot in this one. Had some early foul trouble, Jack, as the entire Darien team, but just 2 fouls in the second half.
You know, Coach Chambers must have done some adjusting at halftime because Darien has fouled even less than the New Canaan squad in the second half. And it's really showing and making a big impact on this game in the second half.
Darien finally bringing back the full court press they featured early on in the game and had up and down results. Here it's all up on the steal that was controlled by Maggie Ramsey. Big possession for Darien. Now down 5. Bowman made one of 2 shots from the line. Dolce working, driving, putting it up. Quinn McKiernan secures the rebound off the air ball. And that's going to be a backcourt violation. Rihanna Afshar, the senior captain, was just a bit slow working it up there. And one of her heels was still on the half-court line. That's a critical turnover for New Canaan. Meanwhile, the New Canaan Rams for the boys are up 71-37 late in the fourth quarter and will secure a win over their rival. Meanwhile, New Canaan's Rihanna Afshar fouls there. That's her first of the game. She's had a rough stretch here.
Yeah, she hasn't come out of the game, and maybe a little bit of fatigue affecting her, maybe a little bit. She's hustled at all points of the game, but just these last couple of minutes haven't been too kind to her.
Well, she is a 32-minute player for the Rams most of the time, but showing some mental lapses here as well. Katie Dunn is not afraid to get physical with the big 6'2" Hasana Arbakar.
Arbakar slammed her down to the court, showing her strength and power. She has really made a positive effect for Darien these last couple minutes.
It's going to head the other way. I believe that's going to be Arbakar, who's trying to get some positioning on the inbound off Katie Dunn. It's an offensive foul on number 24. And she's going to check right back out for Maggie Ramsey. She isn't even in that big foul trouble. That's only her 3rd foul of the night. And she, when is on the floor, has been a force for Darien.
Yeah, and she's really brought the physicality, and her presence has really just changed the whole dynamic for New Canaan's offense.
Just over 3 minutes left in the fourth quarter. New Canaan still up 5 over their arch rival, Darien. Quinn McKiernan had the open look from 3. She made one earlier in the first half, but doesn't attempt it there. Charlton using her power to drive down low, but she swatted at the ball, and they say it's out on New Canaan as little Katie Dunn tried to fight for the ball back.
Ian, we're under 3 minutes, tight game. New Canaan goes right back to their trap press.
Monikis turns it over. Rihanna Ashar off the Quinn McKiernan deflection. Saves it from going out of bounds. Jane Charlton was open. Bounce pass to Katie Dunn. And Dunn gets fouled under the rim by Aaron Bowman.
Hacked on the wrist by Bowman, and as we mentioned earlier, she was in a lot of foul trouble in the first half.
That is her third.
Her 3rd foul.
Katie Dunn, one of the Rams' best free throw shooters, alongside Quinn McKiernan. Can she drill him here? Second shot for 2. Katie Dunn, the senior on senior night. Getting it to go.
But net on both shots, those were huge. And the first offense New Canaan has had in multiple minutes in this fourth quarter, that was huge for New Canaan squad.
The shots were almost, as you could say, smooth as butter.
There we go.
John Winchester reference. Winchester actually calls for timeout with the Rams up 7.
And just as, Ian, you always like to say, where John has played in college, why don't you let the people know?
Well, head coach John Winchester in his 3rd year here at New Canaan High School was an assistant with the girls team, bounced around coaching for teams, was a high school parade All-American, originally committed to college, which is no small feat, before transferring to Quinnipiac. In his 3 years at New Canaan High, he's gone 18-38 in his 3rd year here. 4-16 the first year. 7-14 last year with a first-round playoff exit. Trumbull, who they beat earlier on this year, and 7-9 this
record overall. So what's really happening here? A great linear trend of upward production and winning from this Canaan girls basketball program.
If New Canaan can escape with the win tonight, it'd be the third straight year of improving under win. Shot is from Bowman. McKinnon with the excellent effort to save it for New Canaan. The court, Captain Lasecki now in the game. No foul is called as she gets bodied and swatted. New Canaan resets with just under 2 minutes left, a 7-point lead in this defensive battle. New Canaan boys officially win 72-40. 74-42. A dominant victory over a one-win Darien boys team. Girls scrapping for the ball here at the jump ball. New Canaan will get possession.
Darien's DeMonicus and Jane Charlton of New Canaan were on the ground for that scrap, and jump ball goes New Canaan's way.
Charlton inbounds. Afshar, the senior duo, which has guided the Rams in each of these last 2 seasons. Katie Dunn gets that bounce pass from Afshar. Lasecki, open opportunity, and finishes.
Coach Winchester was actually pleading for his girls. Pull the ball out, waste some more of that precious clock, but hey, if it works, it works, man.
It's senior night, let them shine. Lasecki makes the great play there after a rough first half. I don't want to say that's for dagger, but a 9-point lead with 1:14 left for a stagnant Darien offense is going to be tough to overcome. Kelly Richter is at the line right now, though, for Darien.
Just, Ian, earlier in this game, larger deficits have been closed. So, never say never at the end of this game. It's a rivalry game. You never know.
It's not the record in the game. It's who's playing, the motivations for both teams. A much-needed win in an FCAC matchup. Richter misses a critical free throw. She's short, and it rims out. Second shot is up, and also no good from Richter. Charlton is fighting for the rebound, falling to the floor for a little bit of extra
flair. A little extra flair. I don't know if she had to sell it. She was
getting
around. 3-on-1, harassed down in her own end. Great rebound by Ian, that might have sealed the win.
You don't want to get in her way on a box out or on the block. Charlton can't get inbounded, though. Dolce with the steal. And DeMonica not been able to keep the ball in her hands for a good chunk of this quarter. And she nearly turns it over again. It's a jump ball, and Darien is awarded possession.
Dolce will be inbounding here.
And it's a miss. And then finally, a foul on New Canaan. Lindsay DeMonicus will head to the line. Head coach John Winchester probably told his team not to foul down the stretch, and they have fouled a little bit. They already have 8 team fouls. They're 2 away from the double bonus.
Coach Winchester calls over 3 of the seniors around Afshar, Catherine Lasecki and Katie Dunn, giving them instruction on how he wants them to play out this last minute of the game.
Katie Dunn with her 4th foul on the game. Looking at the upcoming schedule for both teams, New Canaan will hit the road in an out-of-conference game this Thursday to play Bassick. A road game against a tough against a 4-win West Hill team. Next at home against an 11-win Norwalk team.
Another huge rebound from Jane Charlton. Rihanna Afshar brings it up the court and is fouled hard by Darien.
That's going to be on number 1, Maggie Ramsey, the sophomore. Her 4th of the game. Just 1 away from hitting the bench and fouling out.
And the team in total has 6 fouls, 1 away from a 1-and-1. So that was their last foul to give. Afshar
gets it to Quinn McKiernan with 46 seconds in counting. She's getting her able to escape, and then finally a foul is called again on Maggie Ramsey.
And as mentioned previously, we're going to have a 1-1. Rihanna Afshar will be taking these two. And if you're New Canaan, I don't know if there's anyone you'd rather have shoot than your tenured senior, Rihanna Afshar, on the line with 42 seconds to seal it.
Actually, it's going to be Kelly Richter who got fouled, not Ramsey, because if Ramsey got fouled, she would have been fouled out. And Afshar cannot get the first to go.
Oh, just a little bit of a mental error, mistake there. It was a 1-1. I don't know if the didn't know that. It looked like Darien completely forgot what situation they were in, and they just threw it back to the referee.
It's going to be honest, I didn't know it was a 1-1.
No,
But
I mean, that was shocking to me, and we knew it was a 1-1.
absolutely after that one, Rihanna Afshar and Gwen Dolce just looked at each other and smiled. I have not seen that one here at New Canaan High School. Something new happens every day.
Afshar is laughing. She had a laugh with Quinn McKiernan as well. I don't think Coach Winchester is laughing. He's still in 100% rivalry mode right now.
He's really never not. It's a nice 8-point lead with 32 seconds left, but hold on. Lindsay DeMonicus banks a shot in and gets it to go.
Trims it down to 6 with 20 seconds left. Foul is given.
It's going to be on Kelly Richter.
Afshar will go back.
And if I were Darien right now, even if you mentioned Rihanna, tenured senior, I would not want to be fouling McKiernan. I wouldn't want to be fouling Katie Dunn. Those are the Rams' two best free throw shooters, number 21 and number 2.
You know, and Ian, you're right. As we saw in that last 1-1, Rihanna actually missed her one and only attempt.
She sinks it there.
There we go.
She earns herself another. With 22.3 seconds left, that's probably going to be the dagger.
Little
here. This time, the free throw will be made. There will be no miscommunication there. No new players to rebound. They're all preventing a fast break opportunity, but there will be none. Afshar drills both with 20 seconds. Darren on the ref, I guess.
Yeah, on the ref.
He signaled, but it's going just yet with 12.5 seconds left in the game.
Ian, a little redemption on the line there for Rihanna Afshar. She was struggling throughout the third quarter and a little bit into the fourth, but thankfully she's turned it around and, you know, really had herself an overall great game.
Definitely. And unless Darien is able to pull out a miracle here in the final 12.5 seconds, the New Canaan Rams will advance to 8-9, back-to-back wins, and most importantly, for the second straight year under head coach John Winchester, they'll qualify for the state tournament. But maybe not just yet. They like to do that. But Kelly Richter is fouled on the three-point shot. On Captain Kentucky tonight, Richter missed both of her last 2 free throws, though.
You know, Ian, as you were saying, with all these teams winning from New Canaan, it looks like, if I'm not wrong, a for New Canaan basketball today.
That would be huge. Richter makes the first. Also clanks in the second. Substitution here for Coach Winchester. Liz DiMarino will check in. Katie Dunn out.
And for those at home, it's a she was fouled on a three-point shot. She's going to get 3 here. This is huge. It could cut it down to a 2 possession game. Excuse me.
Shot is up and in, 3 in a row. Really clutch there from Richter. She's going to immediately foul Rihanna Afshar. It's still a fight. As much as New Canaan would like to secure the second win on the year over arch rival Darien and secure that state playoff spot, the Blue Wave is hanging in it. After missed on a 1-1 earlier, but also made her last 2 on the last 1-1. The gym pretty silent as the game is in Afshar's hands and she drills it. Still a 2-possession game, and with one more, she could practically seal the deal. For number 5, the senior captain on senior night. Afshar up. Eve gets the rebound, gets the win. Program sweep, freshman, JV, and varsity. New Canaan Rams for the second year at 8-9, and with 2 wins in a row, have secured a double L playoffs. Darien also in Class double L. They went last year.
And Ian, what a game we got to watch. I know probably wasn't the greatest quality of camera, but I'm glad you and I were here to give the people the, the audio of the game and what they really needed.
Well, what New Canaan needed was a win to qualify a state tournament win. That's exactly what they got. The final score from this one is going to be 40 New Canaan, 34 Darien. We want to give shout-outs to our entire NCTV crew, our cameraman, AJ Boyd, my color commentator, Jack Hagen, Fiona Stevens, Emily Fox, working alongside our producer, Cortland Parrott. We also want to thank Amy Warren, Diane, our trainer here, our great trainer here at New Canaan High School, Bill Brown, our PA man and statistician, our advisor, Roman Cebulski. This was a joint broadcast between NCTV and DAF Media. We want to thank DAF Media for allowing us to stream the game on their network this evening, and Damian Andrew, their advisor there. I've been Ian Nicholas. Final score, 40 New Canaan, 34 Darien. And see you next time.
Really quickly at the end here, Ian, I just want to give a special shout out to our New Canaan seniors. They did a great job on this senior night.
Definitely.